My name is Simone Fischer, and I'm a visual artist from Portland, Oregon. In 2020, I received my MFA from PNCA, and shortly after that, I was approached by Aftertime Collective to produce work for my new exhibition, A Sermon for Crows. The work for Sermon of Crows is my photography that is printed on large industrial still sheets. To me, this was really important because it melds my fine art background with the industrial working class upbringing that I've experienced growing up in Portland. It allows my photography to be spoken through the rust and oxidation, which is, to me, the psychogeography of the experience of this landscape, not just the straight photograph, but actually like my emotional renderings of that is possible through printing on steel and then giving it an acid bath. So these highly caustic industrial processes are a major part of my voice, of my visual voice as an artist. My grandparents have lived on the edge of Southeast Portland for over 51 years. And I think this gives me a really unique experience, but not necessarily completely different because, there are those of us who've been here for a very long time. And, living there, smashed between 82nd and 205, car culture and industry has always been something I've known, especially of the working class. I grew up with a grandfather who was a machinist for over 40 years and a grandmother who was a nurse. So pursuing art at this level was really scary and didn't always seem like it was possible for me because it always seemed like privilege. This is what privileged people did. But, I went for it anyways and I kept going, and I feel like I was really able to bring in the born and raised aspect of that Felony Flats lifestyle that unfortunately it's only in the newspapers for more of the negative things, whether it be shooting or houselessness. But for me, it was about holding space and actually creating a body of work that provided resistance to those narratives and to maybe reclaim what this space meant. And especially, I feel like being someone with lost origins of a mixed background, European, Mongolian, and indigenous ancestry, I really feel like not having access to that made me really hyper aware of my surroundings. So in that way, I always look to the landscapes for answers, for comfort. And that's how A Sermon for Crows and this body of work came to be. Anti-Tours was created in tandem with Sermon for Crows because I am such a heavily research-based artist. I work with historical archives. I'm building my own archives. So Anti-Tours was a small liminal map per se, or the subversion of a map to give a tour of basically all of the parts that Portland tries to hide, the non-tourist aspects of it, the hard ends of working class where people are often pushed. So in combination with the visual work, Anti-Tours provides viewers with a deeper dive into the research. So talking about Johnson Creek and why that's a pivotal aspect of this work, because it is immovable. It is a part that has been before, it will be after us. So Johnson Creek was this way of kind of always circling back. And in the way that the New Copper Penny, and any real Portlander knows exactly what I'm talking about when I say the New Copper Penny, but it's bringing that up to people who might not know, because as most Portlanders know, once the New Copper Penny was demolished in Lent's neighborhood, it completely changed the face of East Portland. So these aspects, in combination with my own family, so the image of my grandfather riding a horse as G.I. Joes, if anyone remembers, as the store was being built across the street from his house that he tried to protest, these are the personal interweavings that I put into Anti-Tours that just basically provides more information for the viewer if they choose to go deeper. The Regional Arts and Cultures Council of Portland supported this exhibition through a Make, Learn, Build grant.